And here we have a roll with White Belt Slim. He's one of our consistent competitors. He likes to do a lot of competitions. So he's always, I noticed that stuff that he's working on, he normally starts to get better at very quickly. On the other hand, he also sticks with the same mistakes a lot. So we'll see what he does today. He goes for his takedown that he usually does pretty good. So he usually does sit down, where he sits back for the guard pull, and then he'll do like a tripod sweep. But since I knew it was coming, I put a lot of weight forward, and then I was able to swipe his leg and go straight to mount. Here I'm threatening an Ezekiel choke. I don't believe it's successful. He has his arm inside. He's pretty strong and he's very tall, so he's able to usually push out of a lot of submissions. So I let go of that, start to climb high mount. If you notice, I'm putting my legs in front of his hips, kind of like almost like a kickstand. This will keep him from pushing me down and away and keep me high. So here I'm playing around with my lapel, going for like a baseball choke. It was kind of the side, kept the knee on belly because I didn't expect it to actually work. Normally you'd want to spin all the way around. Then I'm switching to a traditional lapel choke, and even though his hand was in, I was able to change the angle and get through. So right now he's telling me that he didn't feel it until I went from the two hand to the one hand and spun all the way around. So waiting for us to stand up and reset. He's going to go for the same takedown here, but I think he's actually more successful on this attempt. So let's take a look. He gets his grip. It's usually a collar and sleeve. And then since he's so tall, he's able to get his legs on my hips usually pretty well. Let's see. Yep, there he goes. Uses his other foot to hook one of mine, and then he'll kick me over. So I'm just peeling off the leg. I guess this time it wasn't successful. I faked going to one side and then jumped to the other side, keeping my knees on his hips. It's almost like a double knee on belly. It's more of just to keep him pinned. I guess we rolled off, so we'll take a look at Jay back here rolling. Jay's pretty good for white belt as well. He learns very quickly. He has a lot of good submissions, and he has a pretty good base. And he's also doesn't tap very easily. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes a bad thing. You can get injured that way. Looks like Slim and I are rolling back into the camera. So I have an over under set up on his legs where I'm trying to lace them. He has some butterfly guard, but I don't think I've really seen him use his actual hooks properly. So I'm able to just kind of pull his legs away and jump over his guard most of the time. Here I'm just kind of turning his body, grabbing his collar so I can spin him towards me slowly, pulling up his other leg, one knee on the belly, and then once I feel confident, I normally slide that all the way through. Here I'm probably I'm threatening another Ezekiel choke. I normally don't like to do the same submission twice. So actually, it seems I switched over to a head and arm triangle because my body's flat. And you don't normally go flat when you do an Ezekiel. So looks like I probably either let him out or I felt that it wasn't deep enough. So I'm not gonna do chokes with a lot of strength. I try to do technical submissions, especially with someone that hasn't been doing jiu-jitsu as long as me. That I feel it's not warranted to just destroy everybody. So now I'm in my lazy butterfly guard. I got my setup here. I'm switching to a belt control, which is the grip I want. He sat down for some reason, so instead of sweeping to the left, I just came out on top on the right, which is fine for me. He's keeping his feet engaged, trying to hook sweep me, or tripod sweep me kind of. And unfortunately, it looks like he's he's pulling with his hands, but he's not pulling the same time as he's pushing with his legs. So his body's a little bit out of sync. So he's not using his body to the the most he can do, which we'll have to fix in a later time. But he's doing good at least trying to keep his legs involved and using them. Sometimes people forget that they have legs. And for jiu-jitsu, you really want to use all 4 limbs at all times, even 5th limb technically, if you can use your head for control. So, and this is where I was saying that he kind of has limited knowledge on what he can do. So instead of switching to different styles, he's still just trying to force this one sweep, which allows me plenty of time to kind of walk around his guard and go north-south. He turns, switches to side control, and then from here I sit back into like a almost a fake bow and arrow. Then I wrap up a triangle instead. So here I'm just trying to cinch it in a triangle and pulling his arm across. And it looks like it was successful. I'm pretty sure the rest of this roll, he just kind of talks it out with me, letting me know that he didn't really feel it and thought he was able to fight the previous one. I think I was threatening a wrist lock, so he locked it in. So I think I actually got him with a wrist lock at that time, not the actual triangle choke. And we ran out of time.